Hello and welcome to Stream Tabulous. So I want to take a look at two models today and talk about them from Civet AI, which will make your AI art generations better. And if you're doing editing of images, they're extremely good for that as well. And I also want to give a shout out to a Civet AI user who we'll go over and we'll talk about, who makes LORAs, which might actually be handy for you. So we'll get on to the intro and then we'll go over and take a look. Okay, so first up, here we are on Civet AI, and if you don't know about that and you're new to the channel, it's one of the most handy websites there is for getting models that you can actually download for your offline AI art generators. And yeah, I mean, there's showcases of images on here that people have done that can inspire you. And a lot of images share prompts, some don't, but they still inspire. And of course, if you come over to models, you can download many different models to actually do your AI art, or even if you're editing something that you've done and you need to match a style to the type of work that you've done, then you can come on here, find something that matches your style to repair, fix photos, or fix artwork, or help you work on artwork and so forth. Now, I want to talk about LordBowie here. What a brilliant idea, LordBowie. Freaking big, massive shout out. Absolutely brilliant idea that he's doing, and what he's doing is fantastic. So it sounds like he's got the hardware to actually train LORA characters. But instead of charging money for it, he's doing the commission work for it by accepting Buzz. Now, you might be wondering what Buzz is. Buzz is something on Civet AI where when you comment on a photo or upload an image or your image is liked, you generate Buzz. People can also donate Buzz to images that they like as well. And yeah, that's all that Buzz really is. So, but on this website, you can actually click on create up here and you can actually use it to generate an image using this site's hardware. Now, to do that, you use Buzz to actually generate those images. And yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of fantastic models. I mean, unfortunately, because I'm in offline mode, I can't actually see those models in the offline mode. But we can come through and scroll down, and well, pretty much every image that he's done is based on his LORAs that he has trained. And we can see there's gremlins and so forth coming through. So, absolutely fantastic idea. A lot of you guys like me are running old, GTX 1070 as myself. And unfortunately, training an SDXL model is a massive headache, as you all know, for anyone that's tried using Comfy AI. Yeah, I struggle. I haven't been able to get a SDXL model to actually train myself yet with my hardware. A SD 1.5, the old ones, I can do no problems, but for some reason, obviously I'm getting memory errors with the SDXLs because of the 8 gig of VRAM, which is on the 1070. So perhaps if you need a LORA model trained, I would recommend come over to LordBowie and yeah, take a look at getting him to train a LORA for what you're actually looking for. So, fantastic idea. I will leave a link to his Civet AI page in the comments, wherever they may be, whether they're to the side, at the top, or at the bottom, wherever the heck YouTube decide to put them this day and age. Now, let's talk about models. Level 4 XL. Absolutely fantastic model. I mean, you can come down and you can just view the generations that people have done, and it is insane. So you've got You can do Terminators, and you can do what LORA stacking. So you got Gremlins. You can, you know, put the LORAs on it and create what you're actually wanting to do with it. And it has beautiful prompt adherence. It can be a little bit hit and miss prompt adherence, like getting those eye colors and so forth. But other than that, I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. So I'd recommend getting on and getting a hold of this model here, which I'll, of course, leave in the links wherever they are. And also, the ColorFul XL has come out with a new model, and the images it creates are fantastic. They're unbelievable. The quality of them is just sublime. So you can get over to that and download that model as well, which I highly recommend. And yeah, I mean, its training has just gotten better and better, and it's actually a lot faster, even with the non-lightning model. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's take a look at them. So I've just got a basic prompt in here, and this is the ColorFul version 4, and it generates at a fairly decent speed, and it gets really beautiful results with lots of details. Of course, my image resolution, we've got to resize it, we'll show the original, is only 900 by 628 to try to get those better speeds on the old GTX 1070. If you have a higher canvas and you've got the hardware to handle it, I'm finding with larger canvas sizes, the hands and that and the details are just absolutely beautiful. So that's saying something. It's definitely worth getting hold of this model and running it. With what it can do is just great. So, you know, I'm just doing a funny little character on a skateboard and decided to go for that sort of mohawk look with the pixie ears. I do believe, no, thought I had white mohawk in there, but I don't, so that's okay. So that's the character there. Of course, you compare this with LORA's to give more control and generate your artwork towards what you want to do. And I don't know if I've talked about LORA stacking. So let's say LordBowie. He's got gremlin on his models for his LORAs. So you can come on and put that gremlin and generate this as a gremlin on a skateboard. Depending on the model training, if it doesn't have this stance, you may find it standing up more than anything. You can try to use pose control to help that. The other thing is you can do LORA stacking. So if you use Civet AI and you search for gremlin, and you find lots of LORAs for gremlins, you can put all those LORAs in, and then the AI will use all those LORAs as a reference to actually create it, which in turn usually means that you'll end up with more poses, more facial expressions, more details, because some people may train it where it's more concentrated on a zoom in, other people may train it where it is more zoomed out. So when you do the LORA stacking, the AI is able to go through and actually look at all those LORAs, all those models for its data to help render the image that you're actually looking for. And then you can control the weights of those LORAs, which we've talked about in previous videos, and I'll leave a link on the end of the video to, you know, prompting and that guidance control. And authoring a prompt for me is about getting that control where I'm getting consistency, so I'm getting that same character or that same look of character and that same style that I'm looking for. Broken foot, poor bugger. So that's something to keep in mind. With LORA stacking, you can take more control, and by adjusting the weights, you can have a certain LORA peek through just that little bit more, so the AI is paying more attention to it, but you're still giving that entire reference of data for the AI to actually use. So LORA stacking is absolutely fantastic. We'll come through. This model hasn't loaded up yet, so I've got the 2 level 4s, and I've found with, first of all, I'll just say with the ColorFul, I digress. I'm using the Euler Keras on the samplers that I've created. So if you haven't got that sampler, I'll leave a link wherever it may be, and download it, put it in, read how to put it in, watch the video on the samplers. I'll leave that at the end of the video as one of the second links as well, to give you a lot more samplers, which gives you more control over your artwork. I'm finding the Euler Keras is just beautiful for its quality with the ColorFul model. With the level 4, I'm finding the Euler Keras works exceptionally well. But if you want it to be a little bit more gritty and it has a little bit of a different prompt adherence, you can try the DPM++ Keras, which is set up as the DPM++ 2M SDE Keras. So, and that's worth taking a look at as well. So I've set this up when I have created these and added them in. And I'll leave a link in the description below if you don't know how to add a Civet AI model. I'll leave a link to a video that shows you how to actually go through and set them up. So when I've done this, I've added it twice. So I've got it one as the DPM Keras, and then I've got the other one as the other sampler, which makes it quick and easy to flick through when I'm testing out a prompt. Because as I've talked about when we've done the samplers and showcased them, samplers affect the style. They also affect the prompt adherence as well. So testing samplers and looking for what is working best for you is always recommended when you're trying your artwork. But sometimes you don't want to forget the samplers which are working best with that model overall for that artwork, which is why I have done 2 of them in this instance, because they're the 2 that render perfectly every single time, where other samplers might only render well with a certain prompt, and then it might break with other prompts. So that's something to keep in mind. So we'll let this video, render finish. There we go. We can see that style is completely different to what we get with the ColorFul. So this is the ColorFul version 4, and this is the level 4 with the DPM Keras. Okay, so very, very different styles, different attention to details as well. So it's something to remember when you're actually generating. And we can come through and we can do the Euler Keras and do a render with that one and see what that one actually looks like as well, to compare them side by side. But both the models are just absolutely fantastic. Now, this one here is just basically, I did type it up to match the description of Stripe from Gremlins. But yeah, I obviously didn't put white for the Mohawk. And of course, if you were to LORA stack onto this and put the Gremlin LORA into it, then you would actually get a Gremlin on the skateboard. And of course, we're getting the adherence into what I'm telling it for the clothing style, the general appearance, the teeth, and so forth. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's why we get this look coming across, because I've described this character as a Gremlin, but without the actual LORA stacking. Okay, we'll let this one finish up. Okay, we can see here, this is the other style. So this is the Euler Keras. If we come through and we take a look at them side by side, very, very close to each other. But you might find that there's a little bit more sharpness in the DPM, which is what I found. I found there was a little bit crisper, a little bit grittier in its look, a little bit clearer for its focusing. And with the Euler, which is quite common with the Euler, it's a little bit softer looking for its details, and it might not come through with the compression. So, you know, going forth, you can sort of try to focus on the boardwalk perhaps, and see how it is a bit sharper and crisper in the details. And hopefully it comes through with the compression of the video to actually see the softer lines of the Euler. to the DPM++. So both of those are just absolutely fantastic with these models. In the links, I'll leave the a link to these models. So get a hold of the ColorFul, get a hold of the level 4. Also, something I'll give a shout out to, or a point out to, is if you come down here, you can actually donate buzz. So I recommend doing that because speaking to a couple of the creators, so the ColorFul, Buzz does help him out massively, or them out massively. So yeah, donate buzz. Create an account, and then in your account, upload your photos, interact with people, comment on their images, give them thumbs up and likes, because every interaction generates you buzz. So the more you interact and like and post images, and the more people like your images, the more buzz you'll actually generate. And in turn, you can tip. I think that only gives 10 buzz. Or you can come down, as I mentioned, and you can actually click on here, and you can donate 100, 200, 300, 400, and so forth with buzz, which helps them out massively. Here we are on level 4 with the Eulocaris, and I'm using my what I call the macro bug prompt. So it is a photography prompt, and you can change the word from ladybug to bee or whatever you want, and generate fantastic results. And it's one that I use to test out models, and specifically, you know, zoom is a hard thing, and I still find with both level 4 and the ColorFul, zoom is a very hard thing to control, so sometimes it wants to pull in and give those close-ups. But overall, you do get those fantastic results where it's not always zoomed in, which is fantastic, because that's one thing that bugs me. And I put a lot of heavy weight on controlling that depth of the field. So yeah, you can see that there. It's absolutely fantastic with the way level 4 is working with this prompt, and the details to it. So this one's, you know, a little bit buggered up. Again, you'd go through and you'd just simply wrap around and highlight things, and if you were to remove that, you should get a clean side on it, and then it works well from there. So yeah. So rather quick video today. Both of these models are easily 4 out of 5 stars. And the only reason that they're not 5 out of 5 for myself is I still want that full prompt control. And it's just that color control which is a little bit hit and miss. So if you'd put red ladybug instead of just ladybug, for example, you may get red flowers. So it'll pick that word red up and take it elsewhere in it, instead of controlling it specifically to what you're telling it to actually go in. And I believe that is more of a Stable Diffusion's core issue with the way that works. But I have seen better prompt adherence in some models than other models, which gets my brain thinking, and like, well, why does that happen? Why do some models have almost perfect prompt adherence and other models very bad prompt adherence? Like I said, it'd be interesting to see if someone trained a LORA and thought like, okay, well, we'll do eyes and different eye colors, and you know, we'll do them close up, far away, midsection, so the 3 levels for what you generally get with a generated image, you know, different top colors, different angles, and so forth, and build up a LoRa pack based on color control, how that would actually go controlling it. And that'd be an interesting experiment. And yeah, look, if I had the hardware, I'd be doing that myself, to be honest. So, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and get the bell on for notifications, especially if this video helped you out. And I certainly hope it did. And of course, I'll leave links at the end for videos to check out, and I'll leave links in the descriptions to wherever they are. And I will, of course, see you in the next Streamtabulous video. Thank you for watching my video and sticking around to the end. If you like my videos, it'd really help me out if you could like and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm to push my videos out there to more viewers, which in turn helps me and helps everyone. So thank you for watching my video and hanging around to the end, and I will see you in the next video.